This is the Build Your Dream Home podcast with Mark Mathis, episode 7.
Always want to build your dream house, but not sure where to start? You're in the right place. Welcome to the Build Your Dream Home podcast, where experts in the industry share their knowledge and help you to be one step closer to building your dream home. And here's your host, Mark Mathis.
Hello. This is Mark Mathis from HousePlanGallery.com and the Build Your Dream Home podcast. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this brand new episode of the Build Your Dream Home podcast. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to determine how much your new house will cost to build. So this is one of the most important things that you'll need to know before you start the process. And it's one of our most frequently asked questions is, how do I determine how much this house is going to cost before I actually buy house plans or actually start interacting with contractors and builders and things like that. And we're going to be going through all of those things in this episode right here. Now, if you've not already done so, you'll definitely want to go over to our website at HousePlanGallery.com/Dream Home and pick up our Dream Home Success Kit. This has got everything that you need to know about your new house plans and building a new home. You'll get access to special reports, special downloads, webinars that we've recorded before. You'll get access to audio recordings, our cost to build estimator tool, just a lot of things, and it's all free. So it's just out there to help you become more educated on the entire process, because I know building a new home can be very overwhelming for new people, especially if you've not done that before or had a parent or family member that's gone through it before. It can be confusing, and you can have a lot of questions. So our whole intention in putting the Dream Home Success Kit together is for you to be able to be educated and feel comfortable about the process, because we know how important of a process this is. And this allows us to put everything together in a nice, easy to follow manner. Basically what happens is when you add your email address, then you'll get emails every few days with additional parts of the Dream Home Success Kit. And we found that that allows you to really go through the material better and be able to absorb it. And then if you have any questions, we're always here to, help you with those questions. But another item, we want to just have a shout out to one of our podcast viewers. They left a review for us on iTunes. And again, you can subscribe at HousePlanGallery.com/subscribe. And this one is from the Captain Blood. It says, loving it. Really enjoying the content. Mark is very easy to listen to and makes the entire home building process sound very doable. I hope to build my own home for my family soon, and will be using this info in this podcast also. Highly recommended.
Looking for the latest cool home ideas and pictures of awesome new house features that you can include in your new home? Check out our Facebook page at www.houseplangallery.com/Facebook, where every single week we'll share the new home ideas you will fall in love with.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is go right into the information. I know that your time is valuable, so I want to get into how exactly to determine how much your new house will cost to build. So there's a few different items that you want to consider, and I'm going to try to give you a layout of the land so you're knowledgeable. First of all, it's very important, obviously, to know the cost to build, because you need to know how much you can actually qualify for. If you're trying to build a house that you can't qualify for through a conventional mortgage, which is what most people do, then that's something that you need to really consider. You need to determine if you need to buy a smaller house plan or just cut out some of the features that you plan on building. Next, you need to know that the cost to build is totally dependent on where you live and where you're planning on actually building the structure. This is due to a lot of different factors, but for example, in the northeastern United States, you have a lot of unions and trade unions that will actually be doing all the labor and the construction of your home in most cases. That's not the case everywhere, but if you did have a union situation, in many cases that might increase the price of your labor. You also have situations where the materials cost vary greatly over the course of the year. So depending on what time of year you're actually building that, the pricing for those types of materials like concrete and wood might be higher in certain times of the year versus other times. Also, the geography of where you're actually building the home may be affected by materials prices. For example, pine wood is very prevalent in the southeastern United States because it's built everywhere. It doesn't need to be transported very far at all. And it might be more costly in the northeastern United States or out in California, where that type of wood is not as prevalent. So that's something to consider when you're actually looking at the cost to build. It's going to vary greatly on exactly where you're building the home. Next, a local builder Takeoff is the absolute best and most accurate way to determine the actual cost to build. What they do is they go out to their subcontractors and they have a set of plans that they go by. Typically, our clients will buy a 1-set package or even a 5-set, and we always allow them to upgrade from a 1-set package, which is not for construction. The 1-set package basically allows you to have a full set of plans that builders can then use to do accurate takeoffs on every area of your house and for every trade. They're going to know the cost of the local materials, or at least be able to get price quotes that are going to be applicable to your particular area. And that's just a great way to go about getting that cost to build estimate in place. Next, you'll find that some lumber yards like your Home Depots, your Lowe's, and 84 Lumber, those types of places, they can many times do your materials takeoff for free. All you need to provide them with is a set of plans that's detailed enough, because they want to obviously sell you the materials. Now, that's not the case in all places that you'll go. However, you'll be able to probably find someone that will be able to do that. But to do that, they're either going to need, number one, a set of plans, which they definitely should have, and or number two, a materials list, ideally from the designer. So many designers, including HousePlanGallery, we sell materials list documents for all of our plans, and that's basically where we've gone through and we've laid out the specific quantity and types of materials that are needed to build a particular house plan. Now, this saves you a lot of time and money because everything's already done. All you have to do is just hand that to your builder or hand that to your local lumberyard, and they can use that information to actually price that out based on where you're actually living in the country. So that's a very important benefit, and that's something that you'll definitely want to check out when you get ready to purchase your plans, because it's going to save you a tremendous amount of time and money, and it's very inexpensive to get started with. Now, again, as we just spoke of, many designers offer these materials lists as part of their offerings for their different house plans. Not all designers, but if you can find a designer that actually has these, it will save you a tremendous amount of time. Now, one final note. The cost to build that you'll usually come up with only includes the actual structure. So what does that mean? That means that it does not include the cost of the land. It doesn't include things like driveways, landscaping, your sod for your front yard, your mailbox, walkways. All those types of things are ancillary to the actual structure itself. This only includes the price to actually build the home, the structure itself. So keep that in mind when you're trying to figure out how much you can actually afford. If your land was actually given to you by a family member and you don't have that cost, well, then you don't have to worry about that. However, if you've financed a mortgage for a piece of land, or in some other fashion, if you still have to make payments on the actual lot itself, then that's something that you'll definitely want to include in, your calculation on how much you can really afford. So if you go to HousePlanGallery.com/7, that's for episode 7, you'll see all the show notes on this particular episode, and I'm going to give you a link to check out our internal cost to build estimator software. Now, this is included as part of the Dream Home Success Kit that you'll receive. However, we keep this internal because we just use it for very quick rules of thumb valuations on different properties. Basically, how it works is that you'll put in the square footage, or the living or heated square footage of the house that you're looking to build, and then you'll select what part of the country that you're looking to build that in, and then you'll select a finish level. So if you want high-end finishes, medium grade, or low-end, you'll be able to see a rough estimate of a ballpark how much that would cost to build. Now, this is something, again, just to be used as an estimate. You want to go to your builder or local lumber yard and take them a materials list or a full set of plans to do an accurate one. But if you're just trying to get a ballpark idea, this information is based off the U.S. Census data that was put out a few years ago, and it's updated over time. So it will give you a fairly accurate idea of what you're looking at for building any particular house. So with that, if you have any questions on anything that you've heard on this episode or any other ones, feel free to contact us at sales@houseplangallery.com. We love your comments. We love your feedback, and we'll definitely be glad to get back in touch with you with answers to any questions that you have. Also, we would really appreciate it if you would go out to our podcast and subscribe, and hopefully leave a review if you're liking what you're hearing. It's at houseplangallery.com/subscribe. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this information. If I can ever be of any service to you, just let us know. And until next time, have a blessed day.
The Build Your Dream Home podcast is brought to you by HousePlanGallery, your house plan experts. Find your dream home online at www.houseplangallery.com or call one of our expert home design consultants today at 601-264-5028.